Coming up next, the IFC original series, Young, Broken, Beautiful. A good time is waiting, just slightly off the beaten path. Young, Broken, Beautiful on IFC. Presented by Expedia, where your book matters. And Samuel Adams, take pride in your beer.
On this episode of Young, Broken, Beautiful, we take a walk through bizarro Baltimore.
I'm not leaving Baltimore till I see a whole bunch of coconuts.
Come with me as I get hypnotized, mesmerized, and jump headfirst into Baltimore's famous underground warehouse scene.
I mean, this city's full of weirdos.
I agree.
I'm BrokeAss Stuart. I'm inside a gourd.
I'm BrokeAss Stuart.
I'm a writer, a wanderer, a big mouth, a seeker of the weird and wonderful. And this is my travel show. Each week I'll explore the strange, unique, and fringe elements of a new city, proving that being a broke-ass isn't a financial statement, it's a state of mind. Now, if you like vintage stores, speakeasies, and underground shows, then you're probably a broke-ass. If you tend to wander way off the beaten path, then you're definitely a broke-ass. I'm looking for the unexpected in some amazing cities, and I'm bringing your broke-ass along.
I'm BrokeAss Stuart, and I'd like you to meet Baltimore. It's pretty, isn't it? It's got ships, skyline, this lovely harbor.
The inner harbor is where the guidebooks will send you. To the aquarium, a harbor cruise, or an Orioles game.
Looks normal enough, right? But you gotta figure, any city that births people like Frank Zappa and John Waters has to be a pretty weird place.
Weird is what I want. And from what I've heard about Baltimore,
This entire city has to be a cult of personality.
first, I'm swinging by to meet Landis Expandis, lead singer of Almighty Senators, DJ, and all-around Baltimore dude about town. Landis has a crazy idea about how to get us someplace that's hardcore Baltimore.
Hey!
Thanks.
And that means busting out his big-ass collection of boomboxes.
Oh, the boomboxes. These boomboxes are awesome. Do you have a favorite?
No, that's why I collect so many. Sometimes I want something small, you know? I'm on the way to the bank, you know? You can hide it. Do you have one?
Do I have one like a boombox? No, I don't.
Well, Landis is going to solve that. Walking around with a boombox sure is a broke-ass way to see a new city. But Landis has something more Baltimore in mind.
So, you want to get some crabs?
Yeah, I've been told that if you come to Baltimore, you gotta get crabs.
That's what they say, that's what they say.
I'm not leaving this city without crabs.
Oh, Ricky's in Fells Point is an old-school crab spot that serves up the critters Maryland is known for.
So at the bar?
Yeah, sounds good to me, man. Don't mind our boomboxes.
How you guys doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. What would you like to drink?
Sam Adams, please. Thank you. And can we also get some crabs?
You sure can.
So yeah, I'm excited for crabs, man. I love crabs. Look at those. Goodness gracious.
Wait a sec. I don't know how to do this. I need help. Will you do me a favor?
Sure.
Will you teach me how to eat crabs?
Sure can. You're just gonna flip it over, and then you're just gonna lift up this, what we call the apron. And then you're just gonna put your thumb right in that little hole, pull the shell right off. So you can pretty much eat anything in here. The only thing we recommend you don't eat are the lungs.
Nobody wants the lungs.
This was a smoker.
This guy had tuberculosis.
And then you just break it in half.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fresh and just a little spicy. This taste of Baltimore is sitting right with me.
That's good. Living in Baltimore, you must like be immune to jokes about crabs.
So this crab walks into a bar, right?
Nicknamed Charm City, Baltimore gets some of its charm from the row houses the city is famous for. And in southwest Baltimore, you never know what kind of kooky stuff you might find in the alleyways and backyards.
Hey, kitty cat.
Like the house of local artist Dan Van Allen, a cross between an art installation and a museum of oddities.
Hey.
Yeah, come on in. This is my visionary environment here.
Having all kinds of visions.
Okay, so this is my house here.
Wow, look at this place. People say you gotta see this collection to believe it. And Dan is happy to show it off.
So this is the walnut roof, and this is the Mayan room here.
These bones?
That's something I made. I call that the monkey crown.
How long have you been collecting all this stuff?
I've been here for 30 years. When I moved here, I brought a van load of stuff every day for a month. Come into the voodoo room. This is the altar of poisons.
What do you do with all these rooms, man?
Well, this room we do yoga in.
The rooms just keep going and going.
The kitchen is in the basement. I can show you some of my artwork is in here. That is my great-grandfather. I also make my own paint by numbers. These are collected paint by numbers.
The only thing about this house that doesn't surprise me is when Dan tells me about a visit from a certain celebrity guest.
Courtney Love has stayed here.
There's a method to this madness, right?
I guess there's a method. There's 19 rooms here. There's 2 of us living here right now.
The more I follow Dan through this crazy house, the more I wonder if I've fallen down some rabbit hole I'll never get out of.
I'll show you the Coconutorium. It's the largest collection of carved coconut heads on the East Coast. It's also the bathroom.
You know, I said to myself when I got to Baltimore, I'm not leaving Baltimore till I see a whole bunch of coconuts.
See, here I'm working with gourds right now. That's a nice gourd there. A friend of mine gave me that. She bought it on eBay.
I'm BrokeAss Stuart. I'm inside a gourd.
Now that I'm properly out of my gourd, it's time to wet my whistle. Fells Point, along the Inner Harbor, is a traditional drinking neighborhood. Some of the watering holes here are overrun.
But what I'm looking for is a place that has kind of held on to more of its local character. How you doing? What do you have? Can I get a vodka soda with lemon, please?
So this is Henninger's.
Matt Porterfield is a Baltimore filmmaker whose indie flick, Putty Hill, premiered at South by Southwest. He and his friend, Sharice Nichols, know what's up when it comes to the inside track on Baltimore.
I'm digging the city. I've only been here for a little bit.
It's cool. There's so many like rad little hidden enclaves like Dickieville. Have you been to Dickieville?
Dickieville? Is that right?
Never heard of Dickieville.
You know, every neighborhood is like in its own little pocket. But I do think that there's like art and culture that sort of transcends that.
The music scene here is really hot. Beach houses from here, Animal Collective, Celebration, Yaysayer. The film scene is hot. I mean, you know, everyone knows John Waters.
And The Wire.
The Wire.
It's cool how like the underground can kind of feed the mainstream, and they occupy off the radar art spaces. There's this place, the Copycat. There's some DIY spaces there. We should check it out.
Matt is taking me to the Copycat, one of the ginormous warehouses around Baltimore's Station North Arts District, to check out Double Dagger, a post-punk band with a rabid local following.
Where am I, man? Where are you taking me?
The drummer in Double Dagger, Denny Bone. He lives up here. It's a nice space, man. This is like holy land. Check it out.
Show anytime, but nothing could have prepared me for the high-energy freak-out that Double Dagger delivers.
What's it like having 200-some-odd kids try to maul you?
Surreal. It just feels like that you're doing the right thing.
You're a pretty mild-mannered dude in conversation.
Yes.
If you weren't channeling your energy that way, would you be a serial killer? Like, how would you ever have that energy, man?
I'd probably have to be on like some medication or something.
Places in a show like this, people be like, people in Baltimore seem to just do it.
Yeah.
Really into it.
I think maybe there's fewer people who are so self-conscious. They don't give a damn about, I don't know, trying to be cool so much.
I'm BrokeAss Stuart. I'm in a warehouse in Baltimore, and I'm gonna be black and blue tomorrow. Coming up. What's your favorite curse word? It's getting hot in here.
You're watching Young, Broken, Beautiful on IFC. Presented by Samuel Adams. Take pride in your beer. And Expedia, where your book matters.
Dry hopping? I don't know, that sounds kind of fun.
I have no idea.
Dry hopping
is really the additional step that we take to make Boston Lager.
Dry hopping is aging the beer on a bed of fresh hops.
After the beer has been fermented, it sits on hops for a full 3 weeks. Adds some really nice citrus, piney, floral notes without adding any bitterness.
Boston Lager. You can taste the hops. It has a very distinctive taste. It goes down smooth, but it also has flavor. Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's delicious.
Okay, people, show me the best way to design a vacation on a budget with Expedia. Make it work. Booking a flight by itself is a no. See if we can stitch together a better deal. That's a hint, Antoine. Ooh, see what Anandra did? Booking your flight and hotel at the same time gets you prices hotels and airlines won't let Expedia show separately. Book it. Major wow factor. Where you book matters. Expedia.
Hamden is a neighborhood that goes all out when it comes to kitsch. And you can find any wacky thing you want along the avenue. Hamden's West 36th Street. Hamden Junk is chock full of the kind of treasures your grandma probably just threw away.
Hello? Anybody here? How you doing? This is quite some place you have here.
Well, thanks.
What is this? Where am I?
There are people that come in and they collect things from funeral homes. I think when you do the
Yeah.
So that,
tastes like ass.
Depending on their fetishes.
Sure.
Once John Waters made that film Pink Flamingos sell well here.
Good to know.
This is our salt and pepper. Our partner loves this kind of crap. We have none ever thought about that before. Only when you pay $8, you can do it every
moment.
Top critics are raving. Beginners is the year's first Oscar contender. Rolling Stone calls it altogether extraordinary. A revelation about modern love. Christopher Plummer is simply stupendous. USA Today gives it 4 stars. Ewan McGregor and Melanie Laurent are the year's most appealing screen couple. It's an unforgettable love story. Sex, life, healing, nature, magic. This is what I'm supposed to feel like. Beginners, written and directed by Mike Mills. Rated R. Now playing in select theaters. You are the next trending topic. You are the next mayor of this bar. You are the next most viewed. You are the next leader. You are the next breath of fresh air. You are the next sensation. The HTC Sensation 4G, instantly connecting you to just about everything. Available at T-Mobile.
That name is Jack Passion, World Beard Champion.
Everyone would love to see the champion dethroned.
Jack's got the greatest beard in the world, as far as I'm concerned.
And the Muhammad Ali of beards.
I hope you take Jack down.
I think that Jack Passion is scared.
I don't think the rest of the world realizes what's coming.
I'm here to win it. I'm ready to slaughter.
I'm BrokeAss Stuart. I'm in Baltimore at the American Visionary Arts Museum.
The museum is a smorgasbord of the bizarre. The kind of place I love because it celebrates outsider artists in all their broke-ass glory. So who better to show me around the museum than John Waters' First Lady of Weird,
Mink Stoll.
Mink Stoll starred in the early John Waters flicks that put Baltimore on the cult film map. Anytime you see Mink Stoll in a film, you know you're going to meet a character with some surprising quirks.
I feel like I'm inside your brain.
Well, you're certainly inside somebody's brain, and whether they're awake or asleep, I'm not quite sure.
I've seen some of your movies. You got a foul mouth in that, sometimes.
I have a foul mouth in the films, but I'm usually quite genteel.
What's your favorite curse word? Do you have one? It's mine too.
It's just so... It just works as a word. Totally works as a word. It's got mouth satisfaction.
I like pig. That's a good one.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's kind of a good combination. I got to call Kathleen Turner that in Serial Mom. That was really fun.
That's awesome.
I know.
I think Mink Stoll and I are going to get along just fine.
Well, what I love about this museum, and this is all untrained artists, people just one day wake up and go, I must make art. I love these. They're great. They're little handmade snow globes.
Snow globes, right.
Look at this with the babies on the beach.
Coney Island. There we go.
This is the best place in the world. I love this place.
I want to check out some of these sculptures outside.
I think one of the things that I really love is sparkly stuff. I mean, look at this. I would wear this. It might be a little heavy.
Wear the whole egg?
I would wear the whole egg, yeah. Well, I was thinking more in terms of hat. No, actually not. That's a bit too Lady Gaga for me, but you know what I mean.
And then there's the duck.
I mean, somebody actually thought this up and put it together. I find that amazing.
They're like, you know what I need in my life?
A
giant metal duck. Yeah.
With a tie.
Of course.
And then
there's
and then
this.
it's bluebirds. I guess this is the bluebird of happiness bus. It's really kind of amazing. The idea of spending your days and nights glowing, glowing, glowing. I mean, this is insanity. I mean, it's a marvelous kind of insanity.
This museum's filled my head with so much straight-up weirdness that I got half a mind to drive that Bluebird bus to whatever thrills Baltimore has in store for me next. In Baltimore, even the sexy stuff has some crazy to it. The crazy Russian is hot, but not just the way you're thinking. These dancers light your brain on fire, as well as your... Well, anyway, this is some next-level performance art, where the in-house dancers show off some amazing skills as they strut their stuff. Whoops, can't show you that. You'll have to come to Baltimore for the rest. I'm BrokeAss Stuart. I'm with the Crazy Russian in Baltimore. It's getting hot in here. Coming up.
We feel our music a different way. That's Baltimore.
How long have you been doing this for?
Since before I was born.
How old were you before you were born?
Fridays on IFC.
I want to see Rhett and Link get down.
If you missed a second of the new IFC original series, Red and Link Commercial Kings,
Bing.
then you missed the show critics are hailing as fun, enlightening, and charming. Tough, quirky comedy gives TV ads a new twist. Look at that antelope driving a car. You won't fast forward through the commercials on this show.
Hi, I'm Richard Marks. Now I'm getting a colonic right now.
Red and Link Commercial Kings, an all-new episode every Friday at 10, only on IFC.
Hey, BrokeAss Stuart here. On my show, Young, Broke, and Beautiful, I travel to lots of cool places. Having a good time on a budget can be tricky, but figuring out how to get there, that's easy. I make all my travel plans with Expedia, because they find me the perfect flight and hotel and save me a bundle while they're at it.
What more can I want?
So join me in my travels on Young, Broke, and Beautiful. And book your own adventures with Expedia. Where you book matters. Expedia.
Okay, people, show me the best way to design a vacation on a budget with Expedia. Make it work. Booking a flight by itself is a no. See if we can stitch together a better deal. It's a hint, Antoine. Ooh, see what Anandra did? Booking your flight and hotel at the same time gets you prices hotels and airlines won't let Expedia show separately. Okay. Major wow factor. Where you book matters. Expedia.
Baltimore may be known for its kitschy cool, but there's another side to the city that I gotta check out. End Times Trading Post is a street art boutique and gallery that sells spray paint, skate decks, and one-of-a-kind threads.
And since I'm a big hip-hop fan, I decided to come here because, I mean, it's pretty much a center for all things hip-hop in Baltimore.
And if you show up at the right time, you can catch a glimpse of one of the artists repping the city's unique dance music, Baltimore Club.
Tear it up, you know we gon' tear it up. Tear it up, you know we gon' tear it up. Tear it up, you know we gon' tear it up.
Like Phenom Miss Dreams, one of the youngest and all too rare female Baltimore MCs, and her producer DJ, Aaron the Crate.
You got me throwing it back, making it shake. Cause I'm the reason why fellas can't wait. Cause once I get started, I gotta keep going. It's like me not raping, I gotta keep flowing.
How long have you been rapping for?
I've been doing this for 10 years strong.
When you're 12, what do you rap about? Captain Crunch?
Everything. It don't matter. We're talking about Snickers and punishment and allowance. It don't matter. I was doing it. Y'all just can talk reckless, but y'all ain't about action. Y'all talk all that tough shit, but y'all know what happened. My girls, I come through and jump out on your block and start tearing up shit till you beggars to stop.
I was lucky enough to
be into music and DJing and graffiti. And when you're 10 years old, combining all that stuff, by the time you're 20, you know more than most any executive will ever know.
Tearing it up, shorty, what's up? You know your girls can't do nothing with us.
And you're kind of blowing up right now.
Kinda. It could be more.
She's the next generation of, what's cool.
So much about Baltimore music recently. What is it that's lighting this city on fire right now?
Well, we have a distinct sound. We got that 808, we got that bass. It's not really too many people who can touch that. I mean, you got your Will.I.Ams, you got people who try to take from what we do and switch it up a little bit. It's just, we feel our music a different way. Once you finally get in that club and you let go and you lose yourself in that music, you just want to wild out, zap out, dance, do everything. That's how we party. That's Baltimore.
If this is one of Baltimore's flavors, I want to keep on sampling. As I dive deeper into Baltimore, I wonder what else can blow my mind, or what can make me lose my mind via hypnosis.
This is weird.
I heard there's a group hypnotism party at a downtown loft, and I gotta see what this is all about.
I'm afraid this is not going to get us to where we're going to go. We're going to open up in some weird Willy Wonka land or something like that.
My fellow Mindspace travelers are 3 members of the Lexi Mountain Boys, an all-female vocal performance group known for their embrace of the unusual.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Just hanging out with the indoor tree.
Yeah.
That's cool. What's going on?
I hang all my dreams from this tree.
This is gonna be interesting.
I hear there's a hypnotist show going on tonight.
Yes, it's Lady Carly, and she works here in Baltimore.
You've seen it before?
I did have her hypnotize me out of a sickness.
Blow your nose.
Our party's guide is Carly Patak, a certified therapist who also performs in an experimental noise band. This is definitely not your average Friday night at the movies.
I'm starting. When I feel that hand on my right shoulder, excellent.
They say that hypnosis isn't about falling asleep. It's about relaxing your body while focusing your mind. But I'm not so sure.
And imagining those bones and muscles becoming soft and comfortable.
Whatever's going on here, I need to find out more.
So, what was going on in that room?
Bringing people to the moment. We can have different planes of realization. Beginning to flow so slowly.
How long have you been doing this for? I mean, not
since I was born, since before I was born.
How would you do it before you were born?
I do things like past life regression.
Gotcha.
To the sleep chamber.
A lot of people who come to you, what are they looking for?
There's secret reasons for that. There's secrets about Baltimore too, but.
Can you tell me, or is it? I mean, it's not a secret anymore.
It's a secret. Baltimore's like a big patch of mushrooms.
Coming up, I think the party's this way. I mean, the city's full of weirdos, but in the most beautiful way. I agree.
Next Friday at 11. Don't miss the show critics call funny, insightful.
Boston is full of a lot of people wanting to do very creative stuff.
This is amazing!
Young, Broken, Beautiful, an all-new episode. Next Friday at 11.
There is a rhythm of the seasons, so we've developed styles of beer to accompany that. We brew Oktoberfest, Winter Lager, Noble Pils, and right now there's Summer Ale.
Samuel Adams Summer Ale is a flavorful wheat beer. It has a very nice spice note.
It has a little lemon zest and a historic brewing spice called Grains of Paradise.
It's citrusy. Lemon flavorful, refreshing.
Wow. Sam Adams Summer Ale. It's just something about it. It's like totally reminds you of summer.
We each have a boss. I think it would be best if they were
Killed.
I'm gonna be your murder consultant. Mother Jones.
How's that?
Mother Jones.
Your first name is Mother?
Last name Jones. You got a problem with that?
No. Cool name.
How'd you get the nickname? When I was a kid, I snuck into my mother's bedroom.
Yeah.
I slipped my fingers into her purse.
You see the purse? Horrible Bosses.
That's how I got the name.
Rated R. Find out more about Mr. Jones at horriblebossesmovie.com.
Rated M for mature. For years, it's been about survival. Fighting to live another day. Now, the tide has turned. The war on horror has begun. Resident Evil, The Mercenaries 3D. You are the next trending topic. You are the next mayor of this bar. You are the next most viewed. You are the next leader. You are the next breath of fresh air. You are the next sensation. The HTC Sensation 4G, instantly connecting you to just about everything. Available at T-Mobile.
So this is Hollywood?
That's a fact.
Well then, lights, camera, action.
She waved at me and then...
Whoopsie daisy!
Now, you got a corpse in a car, minus a head in the garage. Take me to it.
We need guns.
You don't need guns.
I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty sure we need guns.
I am an excellent marksman. I've always...
Kind of makes me feel like river dancing.
Salad shooter!
Well, that's one way to handle people.
And now, the big one!
The way of the future. The way of the future.
It's my last night in Baltimore, and I've been getting down all over town. And tonight, the place to be is back in the Station North Arts District. The underground performance space called the Bell Foundry is so underground, it's in the freaking basement.
I think the party's this way.
And I'm here to catch a show by one of Baltimore's hottest current exports, Dan Deacon. Dan Deacon performs his electro-synth dance soundscapes in world-class art museums and at international music festivals. He's even scoring the next Francis Ford Coppola film. But he got his start, just like a lot of Baltimore artists, in the basements around the city, supported by his fans and friends.
I think Baltimore is a city that often gets overlooked. It forces Baltimore to create its own cultural environment and its own entertainment. Sort of like a bacteria that's isolated from the rest of nature. It becomes super immune to a lot of other things that can thwart it. And I think that's sort of how Baltimore developed such a weird niche.
I mean, the city's full of weirdos, but in the most beautiful way.
I agree.
So can we get Greg St. Pierre to the center of the room? Greg St. Pierre. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to have a group interpretive dance led by Greg. Greg, could you get your arms out to your side? All right, so now if we can all touch our hands above our heads exactly as Greg does, at Greg's pace. This song's called Up the Mountains.
If you can't tell exactly what's happening here, trust me, you're not alone. Dan's friends and collaborators, part of a big community called Wham City, are all joining in to get people to participate in one of Dan's famous synchronized dances. It's kind of like a flash mob, but without all that texting and practice. And that voice that sounds like a chipmunk crossed with a screech owl, it's actually Dan being manipulated by a processor. To listen to all the music you want in your bedroom, artists like Dan Deacon are reinventing the live show. It's not just a concert, it's something bigger, and you can count on Baltimore to represent.
I feel like the community in Baltimore is very strong in comparison to other cities. I feel it's been really tight-knit, interwoven, and really supporting. People are less interested in genres and image and more just about, the friendship.
And after meeting so many new friends in Baltimore, I am smitten with the quirks of Charm City. I'm BrokeAss Stuart. Dan Deacon and Wham City just melted my mind. And I'm falling in love with Baltimore. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you were here.
Okay, just leave that.